Yo, welcome to a brand new movie review. Today's movie is ZARKOR the Invader. This video is a part of the full moon event that's going on the channel, so if you want to watch any of those videos, they're all up on a playlist called, well, the full moon event, obviously. So yeah, there's like almost 20 videos. I think this will be the 20th video on there, but yeah, I have made a mini movie review over this. It was like less than a minute and 30 seconds, but I didn't feel like just saying, hey, go and watch that, or not watching it and just making one and acting like I did watch it, so I went ahead and watched it again. I think this movie this time actually got a little bit higher, like not by much, so if you want to go watch that one, it will basically be the same things that I'm going to say in this, except this one will have a few extra bads and goods, and that one is a lot shorter. So if you don't like how long this one is, I don't know how long this one's going to end up being, but shouldn't be anywhere near as long as the other movie reviews that I've done for this event. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this movie. This movie is obviously a spoof off of the kaiju genre. ZARKOR the Invader is the kaiju in the movie. He is sent down by aliens to test humanity. The most mid-human in the world is who's chosen to basically face ZARKOR. They basically just tell him, hey, you're the one that's gonna do this because you are mid, bro. You are the most mid man ever. Like, genuinely, he's literally the median human. It's actually funny. They just insult him straight to his face. The aliens do. And yeah, I mean, that's basically how it starts. And then he gets a paleontologist, or no, cryptozoologist. There we go. And then kidnaps her, really. Just kidnaps her straight from a little news broadcasting place. One of the guards that stops him actually gets caught and held up at gunpoint and tells the other guard, no, shoot him, it's my fault, just shoot him, use my body, shoot him straight through my body, go ahead, do it. And that made me laugh. That was actually pretty funny in this movie. This movie has some good moments. This movie has the same type of writing as most Full Moon Features movies, unless they're actually going for a full-on horror movie aesthetic, but this one is obviously a kaiju comedy movie, and they do really good with the comedy. Most of the characters are actually pretty funny, or have some pretty funny lines. My favorite one is the cop that ends up helping the main character. He hears this mailman's, he's just a regular mailman, he hears this story and then automatically points the gun at his partner's head and says, I love you like a big brother, but you know that I can't let the humanity die, just after hearing his explanation like once, which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, genuinely, that's some ancient alien's mind rot right there. But yeah, this is a pretty good movie. Definitely better than the first time I watched it, just because I wasn't almost falling asleep. I watched it for the first review that I did. It was just a movie that I turned on at like 4 in the morning. I watched it and then passed out afterwards because I was like almost asleep while I was watching it. But yeah, it was a really good movie then, and now it is even better because I was actually awake and, aware of my surroundings instead of, 4:30 in the morning, just barely awake. But yeah, this is a really good movie. The special effects are Full Moon Features. The sets for the man in the suit, and yes, this is a man in the suit type of kaiju movie. I like those kaiju movies. Those are basically my favorite kind, honestly. The ZARKOR design looks really sick, and the sets that they use aren't too bad. They aren't anything like Gamera Guardian of the Universe, which I also have a movie review for if you want to go ahead and check that out. I have a whole bunch of reviews for Gamera movies if you do like kaiju movies, which you obviously do if you're watching this. There's a lot of reviews over those movies. Yeah. The sets definitely aren't anything that good, but they aren't anything bad either. They're really tight. They're not super good, not super bad. It's basically like the main character of this movie, mid. It's extremely mid. But ZARKOR is a really cool design. I like that he has laser eyes. I love lasers. If you've seen any of my, especially the Guardian of the Universe videos, I love whenever they have lasers instead of like just flames or fireballs or whatever. I think lasers are really cool, and they come straight from his eyes, which is really cool. This movie makes him sound as powerful as possible because they say no human weapon can kill him, and he's the only one that can defeat him. The mailman is. And basically it's just they find a UFO UFO, they pick it up, he uses it as a shield, and it ricochets his laser back at him after a few shots. And then he just dies instantly. So, I'm gonna go a little bit, power scaler for 1 second. I swear it's only 1 second. He can shoot lasers, so his actual, like, attack power is really good, but his defensive power is pretty bad, considering that he can't even take his own laser. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about ZARKOR, honestly. He is just created by the aliens to test humans, but they use the most mid-human they can find, and it's, I don't know, I think that's an interesting plot for a movie, especially a kaiju movie, and I think they could do a lot with it nowadays if someone got a hold of the ZARKOR, I don't know, the ZARKOR character, I guess, and they made like a reboot or something. There's a lot they could do with that type of plot. They could have done a lot more in this movie, but with what they did and everything, it's still a very solid movie. It's not even mid like the main character. It's actually pretty damn good. It is, it was a 7 out of 10 in the mini movie review that I did, but this one actually bumped it up half a point. It's 7.5 now. This movie is definitely a solid 7.5. There will definitely have to be a top 10 movies recount after this, because this has not beaten the other Full Moon movie reviews, as far as the actual, rating for it, because this is a 7 out of 10, and a few of the other movies got a 9 out of 10. This is what I was worried about after I reviewed Castle Freak, because that was the first movie that got 9 out of 10, but this is the first one after that hasn't lived up to the hype. Basically, I put this one where it was in the top 10 list at the beginning of the Full Moon event, because it was the most recent watch that I had, honestly, and it's the one that I remembered the most. But yeah, this movie is a solid 7.5 out of 10, and I've got to say, if you like kaiju movies, watch this. It's pretty funny, pretty good. If you just like giant monster movies, or any monster movies at all, if you like characters that are actually pretty funny, then definitely check this one out. It's not long enough to be a waste of your time, honestly. I've noticed that a lot of these Full Moon Features movies are like barely theatrical runtime, so I mean, yeah. I mean, seriously, the last one that I reviewed was 56 minutes, including the credits, so I mean, you know, it's definitely not a waste of your time. So yeah, check it out if you're a fan of kaiju, and if you're a fan of just funny movies, I guess. But yeah, this is a really solid movie, running in at 7.5 out of 10. Definitely not bad. Like, subscribe, tell me what you think about this movie, tell me what you think about Full Moon Features in general, if you like Full Moon Features, or you want to learn about Full Moon Features just because you see this movie and you think it looks cool. Definitely go and check out the Full Moon event that's going on, and you know, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube type of things, you know, do the hokey pokey, and see ya.